Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Three Dads and a Console. We know not every dad can stay up to date on the latest and greatest in video game news that you need to know about, so we are here to do it for you. Remember that this show is kid-friendly, so no earmuffs are needed. Now on with the show. I am one of your hosts, the Reborn Wobble Plays, alongside, as always, the Ghost Booster, Court.
The goose, yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I am wearing a Ghostbuster shirt.
Ghost Booster.
Ghostbuster,
Ghost Booster.
Ghostbuster,
Jos Boaster.
And we
Yost,
also have
Ghostbuster,
Lepez.
Lepez,
Good day, lads.
Pepe Lepez, Pepe Lepez.
It
Like
is
that.
hot enough here in Boston. I probably smell like Pepe Le Pew.
Dude, it was hot in my office for a minute. Like Pez knows this. So before we started the show, I'm sitting in my office. And I'm like, man, it's really hot. So over the weekend, we got my daughter the Tuxedo Cat Lego set. This thing is huge. It's really cool. It's 18 plus. She is smashing through this thing. Like it's 18 plus is nothing to this kid. But my wife was helping her. Well, not helping her, taking turns. And she sat at the desk and the air vent is right there. And she closed it because she was cold. Well,
Nope,
guess what?
makes no
She
sense.
doesn't understand that I've got a PC in here, a PlayStation, a laptop. It all generates heat. So I was sitting here and I was like, man, I'm sweating. And I was talking to Pez. And then I looked over and I'm like, she closed the vent
She did.
and then did not open it again.
And didn't say anything.
No.
Did not say the vent was closed. It just ended up. Maybe Court thought his AC crapped the bed. Who knows? A lot of
I was
problems.
not impressed. That's all I will say.
Not impressed.
I was very upset. Not as upset as the Dallas Stars, the team that Pez picked to win the Stanley Cup, and
True.
they did not.
Womp womp.
True.
They lost to the Edmonton Oilers. So I was saying this to the guys before. If the Edmonton Oilers win said Stanley Cup, Connor McDavid is from around where I live. So Connor McDavid would be bringing said Stanley Cup to there, and I would bring my daughter to the Stanley Cup parade, and that would be very cool.
That would be
Do
very
you think
cool.
he smiles if he wins?
Yeah, people have seen him around where we are. He's a very nice person.
I'm not. I don't
those
doubt that
pictures-
he's nice.
No, I'll get to this. Those pictures of him being accosted at the airport and in other places, or the guy was at the beer store. Like, have you guys seen this video?
No.
The guy was at the beer store getting alcohol for the boys. That's the type of player he is. He was
Look at
getting
that.
alcohol for the boys, and he's going back to his car, and all these people were coming up with their cameras and trying to get photos of him. All he was trying to do is get some beers, get some coolers, and get a buzz. But nope. I think his thing is he's socially awkward. But if he's
Same.
around people he knows, from what I hear, very nice guy, great guy. But when he was at the airport and that couple accosted him, that was probably him just like, this is the most awkward thing I've ever been in my life. And he doesn't know how to do it. He's probably that person that has that bad smile when he feels awkward.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he's that guy.
He definitely is he's definitely socially awkward. You can just
He'd
tell.
be a great
You can just
gamer.
tell.
Yeah.
Just sit in his room all day, eating Timbits, as it
Dude,
were.
I'm having a hard time gaming lately. Like, I'm having a
Depends.
really hard time finding something I actually want to play.
But this is a video game podcast. How
No,
have you not been gaming?
Well, no, I've been gaming. That's not what I'm saying. I am extremely looking forward to next month playing Star Wars. Like, let's be honest here. I am extremely looking forward to something we'll talk about from the state of play. I'm looking forward to Indiana Jones and the stuff we're going to hear about in Video Game Christmas this week. But I am 100% having a rough time. Like RoboCop. It's a movie that I grew up with. I watched it way too young. I watched it when it first came to VHS. I think I was 8 years old. It scared the living daylights out of me because Murphy, he gets kind of busted up a little bit.
Oh, he gets my man is like a bag of cheese at 2 a.m. in the fridge, shredded.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of words that I shouldn't have been paying attention to, but from now on, I will always know the line of "I will buy that for $1." So I bought the video game. Right now on the PSN, you can get games on sale. They have their days of play, and I was able to get it for $30. RoboCop. Been looking forward to this game. I've told Pez about it a million times. I'm like, I gotta buy this game. The game's not that good. One, they start you off with the whole iconic like RoboCop getting out of the cruiser, which is on the front cover of the VHS. They don't have the music, Pez, like the score, not in the game.
Ooh, hate that. Hate
Like
that.
the dun-dun-dun, it's not in the game.
Hate it.
Which is also the line, I'll buy that for $1, nowhere to be found so far. there are so many things that are iconic about RoboCop that are not in there. Yes, Murphy's in the game, all that, but it's also like it's an open world RoboCop, and RoboCop doesn't run; he walks slowly.
So it's just cyberpunk, but with a license.
Dude, it's not even that. It's like Batman detective with a gun, but like walking real slow. It's bad,
Mm.
and there's a lot of jank, and
Mm.
everything is just walking into one thing and killing a bunch of people, and then scanning stuff. It's not a good game.
Shame.
Why not? My favorite RoboCop game was one of my first two Sega Game Gear games, RoboCop versus Terminator.
That was a
I'm
good game.
It was very good, but at that age, I could only get past the first level, and then I ran out of lives. But I
And the
just remember hearing,
the case for it was like plastic. It was
"Oh
really
yeah,
cool.
thank you for your cooperation." I'm like a kid
Dude, he
playing
doesn't
this.
even
It's
do that.
amazing. What? What
It's
are you playing?
hold on. He also
What?
doesn't say drop it, which is so frustrating. You walk into a room and you breach, and there's a line in RoboCop where he goes, "Drop it," and
Mhm.
he shoots at the guy's kneecaps. Not even in there. Also,
Dang.
it's so frustrating, Paz. Like, you had one job. Nope. If you had the licensing for RoboCop itself and all that, and you don't put all these things in it, what's wrong with you?
It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make
You have
sense.
you have Murphy in the game. You have his voice. You can do whatever you want.
I'm I'm disappointed. I haven't
Yeah.
even played it. I'm disappointed.
It was
But I-
terrible.
Disappointed for you.
But I do feel that kind of like gaming dry spell maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a dry spell cuz like outside of the Rogue Prince of Persia, I haven't been playing anything new. I've gone back to like Stardew Valley, Sea of Thieves, like all this stuff because it's just nothing is truly
Clicking.
grabbing my attention for 40 hours straight like previous games have been.
And there's
Yeah.
I know there's a ton of games to play. Like, I still have never played Red Dead Redemption 2. Well, sorry. I've never played past 4 hours of Red Dead Redemption 2, and I'm debating. But Star Wars comes out next month.
Yeah.
I
You gotta
know I'm gonna
prep
like that
yourself.
game. Let's be honest here. Maybe it's just I needed to just take a break. MLB The Show was great until the card system got terrible and I didn't like the seasons. It is what it is. The gameplay's still there, but at the same time, I'm like, huh. Call of Duty, I was like, huh. I hopped into X Defiant. I was like, oh, it's okay. Helldivers
Yeah.
2 was great, but now
Mhm.
and no one wants to play with me anymore. I'm like, okay. And then Sea of Thieves is great, but I truly think you need to find someone to play with at all times. So it's hard to see that. I can still go into the Division 2 and needlessly grind, and I enjoy that. But I need like it's I think it's more of we have video game Christmas right now, right?
Mhm.
And we just had the state of play. We'll talk about it in a sec. We get to see all these games that are coming out this year. So then I'm like, well, why play this? It's like that meme, that Toy Story one, where you drop the whole buzz.
Yep.
That's what I feel like right now. Because I'm looking at the future. I'm looking at Star Wars and I'm looking at Assassin's Creed. I'm like, and I'm looking at Astrobot and I'm like, that's what I want to
Yeah.
play. I want to play those 3
I don't
games.
want to play with you, Helldivers.
I
And
don't
then
play with
drop
you
it.
anymore.
You drop it like a 500k bomb.
Ghost of Tsushima, I'm playing it on PC. It's fantastic. Like truly, truly fantastic. But at the same time, I'm like, I've already beat you.
Yeah. Yeah, like all these like PC releases are coming out. And it's like I've already played these, man. I don't want to spend $60 to play them again.
Mhm.
I've done it. Been there, done that. Own it.
I
It's
feel like
sitting
we're
right
talking
there.
about practice.
Yeah.
I've been using a great resource. Some of you may not know, the library. And the library is a magical place where I can rent video games for free. So your boy, first off, I'm on Stellar Blades wait list. And by
Oh,
God,
I was gonna
there's
say, are you on
10
it?
game's good.
degenerates in front of me. Now I know who you are.
That game's good.
I know, but when I saw the late list, I was like, Nani? Like there's 10 other just degens. So I'm waiting my turn patiently.
You're DGen
Isn't that a
11.
different word than Nani. Nani's not a word.
I'm degen number 11.
You're
Hello, good
DGen
to meet
11.
you. But I'll have to check during
10
this to
degens
see
in a
what it is.
row.
But on the opposite side, my daughter is she was Princess Peach for Halloween, or she calls it Prince of Peach. And she loved Peach in the Mario movie. And when Peach came out with the game, I thought it was great. And and hearing about it, it seemed like it was good, like kind of like mini game, short experience. I think perfect for kids. So I rented it before, just to see if it's something I want to buy. And we're kind of moving through it. We made it through the first level, and she loves it. the controls are like really simple, like the
Yep.
whole like sparkle mechanic. It's actually kind of hard. Like with the life, I'm surprised there's not like a mode where you can like.
It gets harder.
Yeah,
But
I figured there'd be a
Emma
mode where you can
finished
like
it.
make it easy. So
We had no issue. Like she eventually finished it here at home. So
I don't know if I'm trying to help. Like she'll move and I'll hit because I have better timing. So like at least we can play that way, and she's having fun with it. But yeah, we beat the first boss. She was like super excited, and like the only downside I would say that I'm finding is that I have to read, and I'm not a very good Princess Peach. I don't sound too much like her, even though both of us are, amazingly attractive, beautiful blonde hair, both she and I. But yeah, I just have to read. And for someone who can't read, I think if it was voice acted, I think that would have been a little better for the younger kids. But at the same time, guess what? Doesn't matter. Still a fun game. So
guess
shout out
what?
to the library for getting me Princess
As my
Peach.
daughter always says, whenever you say guess what?
Chicken butt.
Yeah, that's
Chicken
chicken
butt?
butt.
She
Guess
knows
who?
what's up.
Guess who? Chicken poo.
Guess why?
Chicken pie.
Chicken thigh. See, well, I'm a chicken thigh guy.
All right, fair enough. Chicken
Well,
thighs are good.
Chicken thighs are the best part of the chicken. Just to let everyone out there know.
Chicken
I
poo
started-
kills it. You got to use that wabba.
Chicken poo is a great one. You
Yeah.
have to use chicken poo.
Baby wabba will just lose her mind.
I taught her Joe Mama, but she doesn't use it right. I'm like, hey, ask like mom about Joe, and she'll be like, Joe Mama. I'm like, freaking set the joke up. Like,
Well,
ask about Joe,
She's your
and when she
kid.
says Joe who, then you hit him with the Joe Mama, and I'll go, oh, and I'll like play my air horn on my phone because I'm like super
Do
annoying.
you have that ready to go?
You don't. Why not? I mean, I could play it through Discord because I have a lot of
Nope.
technology, but
Nope.
dude, I'll throw that out. Like, we do happy birthday to you at like one of the kids' birthday parties, and then it's like, brr, 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 brr. They love it.
Life of the party, man.
I am that
Life of the
annoying parent.
The life of the party.
And then
You know
then
what's
I eat
funny?
all their pizza.
I don't know why. Once you said that, Pez, all I could do is have a flashback of him planning to put that tiny band-aid on his cut. That was-
You want to know what stinks about that? So I got wounded the night before we went to PAX, and I stuck it
was such
through
tiny
like a
band-aid.
trooper. My knee still has a scar, and if I hit it on something the wrong way, it hurts, and I fall to the ground.
It was
But you know what?
It was the smallest. It was like the
smallest
paper cut
Band-Aid.
band-aids.
It was like
one
a
of those
band-aid you'd give a mouse.
Yeah.
I forgot it.
Was it,
Big
was it like a
Band-Aids.
Spider-Man band-aid too?
I wish. It
Dude,
was
you're
just a
lucky I didn't make
normal-
my belt into a tourniquet in front of you. I mean, I could have gone full like Civil War like injury and just started like
Oh.
wrapping a towel around it.
Oh god.
You're
that's-
lucky.
That's so funny.
But you know
yes.
what? I survived,
You
and I have
survived.
a bright future to look forward to.
You're
Much
so-
like we
you're so
learned.
s- you're so strong and brave.
I am brave. That's a one. Those are two words that
You're a
people
very
often say
strong
about
little
me.
boy.
They
You're-
say I'm strong and I'm brave.
very strong little boy.
Strong and brave little boy.
Do you get it? Did you do? You know what? I wish I gave you a lollipop.
Do you have any more left?
No, I never had any to begin with. What am I, the crazy guy with the white van? He lures kids with lollipops.
And me. You want to know something crazy? I go to the
You had a transition and you just blew it.
Yeah, but I get
That's my fault.
lollipops
I'm
from
sorry.
the haircut place, and I say they're for my daughter, and then I eat them in the car. Speaking of segues, we want to talk about the new state of play that Sony talked about this past week. I was sick last week, right? It was last Thursday.
It was on Thursday. Yep.
It was on Thursday.
So there's a lot of like articles that came out. I know, we had some details as well, but like, was there anything really that jumped out at all of you, first in a positive way? Anything that got you excited?
So here's my I'm just gonna pull up all the games.
Do you want me to go game by game? I just figured.
No,
something.
well, because I don't care about every game,
Yeah, I don't
to be totally
care about
honest.
all of them.
So I'll pull up everything that was announced and just only talk about. But here's the way I look at state of plays. One, it was a state of play. It wasn't a showcase. So people need to check their expectations. This whole like thing on the internet of like, this is who won. I'm like, it's a state of play, man. It's like when Xbox has a developer direct. We're not expecting much. It's not a showcase. It's just a state of play. So for me, when I see these things, if there's 3 games that I like, I feel like I won.
Yeah.
And for me coming out of this, Astrobot looks like it's probably going to be my game of the year for a lot of reasons. One, my daughter was hyped when I showed her the trailer. The hype level in the household went through the roof. She was like, "Oh my god, oh my god." My hype level was like, "That's Kratos. That's this. That like all these old games." They said that there's 150 characters from video games that are in that. They didn't say, they just said 150 characters that are going to be in it making cameos. There's 80 levels. 80.
Wow.
It's going to be a full price game. I talked to someone who let me know it's definitely going to be a full price game. I think it's worth it. The game looks amazing. They're going to take the DualSense to another level. I love how like you can use the controller to fly, and there was the different consoles, and it looks like you're like saving the PlayStation world. That's what it looked like. Parappa Rapper was in it. Kratos was in it, and I have a funny feeling you're going to get to use Leviathan Axe, and you're going to get each buddy's powers, and I'm going to get my Infamous level, and I'm going to be so freaking happy. Like I'm going to lose my mind. I think that's what we're getting. Every level is going to be like a theme of. But it also was pretty funny if you were watching the trailer. Didn't it not look like you were fighting Nintendo characters, but like Garbage Pail Kid versions of them? Like like they look like we were fighting Bowser. Like
Nintendo.
It definitely looked like that. And then this might surprise you, and probably not Pez, but I know Waba you won't want to play it. But Alien Isolation VR looked so good.
Yeah, I'm not looking to crap my pants this decade.
It looked unbelievably scary, but it looked good. And then the other game that actually looked really good. Because we'll talk about Concord. For me, Concord is definitely going to be I need to play it. It's going to be a $39.99 game. It's not going to be full priced. It's probably going to have a battle pass, but I need to play the game. It's a hero shooter, but when it's at that price, it's probably going to be pretty. We'll see. It's got story, and I know Pez, you love your hero shooters, so you'll probably talk more into that, and that's more your thing. But here's the game that's going to surprise you that I really liked: Infinity Nikki.
That's my number one from that whole thing.
Because I think my daughter will love that game.
Yep.
I truly think that's a game that I'm going to let my daughter play, and she's going to really like that game. So those were my 3 highlights. There was a lot announced, we got God of War on PC and all that, but those are the 3 things that was like, I'm hyped.
What about you, Pez? You excited for Concord?
I mean, it's obvious the one that was number 1 on my list, right?
I let you have that. You called it, actually. That was the one you were like,
Monster Hunter?
You said last week, Pez said last week that as long as they show that, it's a success.
Done. And I was like, we'll probably get a trailer, and like that's fine. Got a trailer, saw like one of the little desert area, saw some new monsters, some new moves,
gameplay.
Saw a little bit of gameplay. It is it's probably like based on the character models, like it's like 15 years later after Monster Hunter 4. Yeah, super excited. And Capcom has already come out and said like, hey, we're going to show a bunch of stuff at Summer Games Fest. So already hyped.
Dude, it looked like there was mounts and
different type of mount. They've added mounts, and unlike Monster Hunter World, where they kind of like shimmy or like kind of like stuck mounts in, this is actually a mechanic where you'll be like during a battle, you'll be able to hop on your mount to get away quicker. For those that have played like Monster Hunter Rise, it almost is like the wire bug mechanic move, which would help you get away faster. So it seems like what Monster Hunter is doing in the new generations is making the combat pretty much the same, but quickening the pace of it. So it's not this like 30-minute, 40-minute slog where you're just getting beat down. But now it's quickening the fights more. You'll still have like your 50-minute fights against like Fatalis and Elatrion and stuff like that. And that's fine because they're literal end game bosses. But yeah, I'm really excited to play. I got a few friends who are excited to play. Looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with the hunting horn, which is my favorite weapon. And yeah, I got a passion for smashing, and we're going to smash some heads open. Marvel Rivals. Okay, so Marvel Rivals. I've watched a couple of streamers play it. Mills and Fendler both got like Marvel Rivals codes. On the fence about it. I do really like Overwatch. My worry is, and I know it's going to happen, so it doesn't matter. Like, this is going to be monetized like Overwatch. You're just going to be monetized to the ends of the earth. But I was also like, oh, there's Venom. Okay, I can get down with that. Like, Venom as a tank, 100%. Some of the gameplay looks exactly like you would think as like a team hero shooter. I mean, it looks cool. I'll definitely try it out. It's probably going to be free. So, I watch a couple streamers play the closed alpha. And the game looked fun, and it looked pretty polished right off the bat. And then Astrobot for me again was a
So
highlight.
not Concord.
I'm gonna wait. I don't know.
I'm the same.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, this could be fun, but I need to see more of it.
They got us with Helldivers too. Like PlayStation
Yeah.
so far, they're swinging 1 for 1. The only thing I'll say about Concord that had me interested, besides the fact that it looks like Guardians of the Galaxy, let's totally be honest, it's Overwatch with Guardians of the Galaxy, is it said that it has an ongoing story that can change based on your gameplay, and there's going to be a weekly story. That intrigued me.
Yeah.
Every time you go back to the home hub, there's a new thing going on,
Yeah, that it'll
and the stories will compile up.
and because it's a live service, it'll come out on PC and PS5 at the same time. So I
Correct.
mean, I'll definitely give it a shot. And then Alien, what is it? Rogue Incursion, which is basically
Dude.
like gonna be like
It
Alien
looks-
Isolation in VR, like 1,000% all over
So good. It looks so good.
that. And did you see the trailer for the new Alien movie?
No.
It looks phenomenal.
Oh, I gotta watch that. I
You
wish
do
we could
have
just
to
pull
watch
this
it.
up right now. Yeah, I gotta watch
You do
it.
have to watch it. It looks absolutely phenomenal. Like a throwback to the old Alien/Aliens type days. But yeah, I mean, I thought the state of play was good. Again, like we talked about on the podcast last week, make your expectations low. They're not going to always come out and say, all right, here is The Last of Us Part 3. Here is Uncharted 5. Here is,
Yeah, you're not getting that.
it's like, y'all need to chill. Like the AAA studios that, Bend or whatever, like they've been working on stuff, so they're going to put stuff out. So just relax. Like your big games are going to come, but they're not going to put out 6 big titles every year. It's just not going to happen. Some years you're not going to have any, or you'll have a bevy of like quote unquote like AA titles, right? Or like Helldivers. People probably thought this was like a AA title and it just exploded, right? Like you'll have these diamonds in the rough, but they still have to get announced. So state of play is still important. But if it's not a showcase, keep your expectations low. That's it.
I was surprised about Concord. I think it looks like you can tell like, oh, that's
Concord.
Concord.
Concourse is where you get the glizzies. Concord is where we fought a war.
Well, you can say like, oh, this
Concord.
is what is it? Jesse McCree like character. Okay, I know that. Okay, that's Anna from Overwatch. It looks very Overwatchy, which I like Overwatch until I didn't. And some of the things I didn't like about it was the reward path. So I hope that they make a very I hope they take a lot of consideration with the reward path and what keeps people coming back. I thought Overwatch loot boxes were good, and then people complained, and then they went to this battle pass that nobody cares about, and nobody plays anymore. Well,
So Pez, so I like seasons passes, but why is it that some battle passes, like the Division, they call it a seasons pass, and I think it's worth it when it's like $6.99, and like the seasons pass for Division 2, it lasts months. So why is it that they can't figure out these battle passes on some games? Because I think for me, some of the worst things I find about it is majority of them are just for like a month. So like if you miss the game for like 3 days, it's a waste of money.
Yeah. I mean,
And I can't play the game every day.
the reason they do that is so you will, if you're going to invest in it, you then have a vested interest to play it as much as possible. And that is why your best skin is usually in the top 90 to 100.
But you need to give choice. So let's say instead of for Overwatch, there's a Genji skin. I almost called him Gengu because that's what I would meme on him. I don't play Genji because I am a weeb, but I'm not a degenerate weeb. So like I played
Hold on.
You're number 11 in Stellar Blade. Settle down there, pal.
To say,
I'm 9 boys from the top 10.
What game do you have like reserved at the library? Come on now.
It's so crazy. There's not even
Generation
the book depository.
Degeneration. But like I played Roadhog, but like in the battle pass, maybe there's like one Roadhog skin, which like I like why there's no incentive for me to play or like the characters I like. Like I wish if you hit certain tiers, you would get like currency or something to make it a little more flexible. Like what was good about the loot box system in Overwatch was like you would get skins, and then or like certain things. But like if you got a duplicate, you would get coins, and you could save those coins up and get the thing you actually wanted.
Right.
So that's like the thing. It's like having the flexibility of rewarding the progress, but also for people that maybe don't care about the things you're offering, give them something to give them the flexibility to get the things that they want without money or just by purchasing the pass. Value their time as well,
Right.
not just their wallet, which is challenging sometimes for
100%.
some of these battle passes. So that's my biggest fear when I see something like Concord.
Yeah, but we don't know. They haven't talked
Exactly, we
about
don't
if there's
know.
a battle pass.
I'm
My
projecting.
my guess is if they're making us pay for the game. Okay, so in Canada it would be 39. Oh my gosh, sorry. I'm old. In Canada it would be $39.99. All right. So that to me makes me think they're doing seasons.
Maybe.
Mm.
And it would make sense to at that price point.
Am I wrong,
anyway.
Pez? Like it sounds more like they're doing seasons,
I
or they're
mean-
gonna do like a Helldivers and say like it's you pay $10 for the year,
Right.
and you're in.
My hope is a game. Oh man, you know one of my biggest gripe is with Helldivers, and we're getting off topic a bit. Is they have when we talk about drip feed content, they have drip fed the content. Like, can we give me the Illuminate already? Because I really want to go back in, but I'm sick of fighting bugs and robots. That's it. And I think that's why the player base has dwindled. Honestly, there's like not like what's the carrot other than still blowing stuff up. Sorry, Waba,
That's
continue.
fair. No, that's fair. And as Court mentioned, Infinity Nikki, as soon as I saw the art style, I was like, I'm in there like swimwear. And I think it looks great. I think it looks cute. I'm excited
You would
to play
wear
with my
her as
daughter.
like you'd tear her skin off and wear
No,
it. Yeah.
but my
You're
only
disgusting,
concern,
Waba.
my only concern
Yep.
is the combat, because again, this is a game I think would be fun, like with my daughter, like when you saw that little like cat thing running around, like I think like she'll love being able to play, like, and it looks pretty simple, really colorful, but the combat with like this monster that you have to like jump dodge like an area effect, and then like it throws a boulder at you, and then you have to hit it while like it's still purple. I mean, I don't think a younger audience is obviously the demographic for this, even though it's all like cutesy. But I hope that there's enough to do outside of like that combat world to be able to enjoy it with your kids. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. So yeah, state of play.
I thought it was good. I thought it was
Decent.
good. I thought it was good. Like, you got a little bit of everything for everybody. Okay, they said it's going to be about 30 minutes. You're going to get about 14 titles. They gave us what they said. They didn't promise anything major. They said, state of play. You're going to get what you get. You don't get upset. Now, what I would be upset about, gentlemen, if I were you guys, is seeing Alien Rogue Incursion. And then if you wanted to play on your PC, you have to buy an adapter for your PSVR 2.
So hold on. I'm okay with that. As someone that owns the PSVR 2,
Of course you're okay.
I get to play Batman now. I get to play Assassin's Creed. And I get to play Half-Life Alyx. I don't know, man. I'm pretty happy.
You know what I would be miffed about, as we say on a child-friendly podcast?
Buying a PSVR 2 at launch?
No, the fact that you have to buy an adapter to do that. Sony should have
$40.
already done that. Sony should have already done that.
I think the only reason we can have it on PC is because Sony's realized that there's not enough games for this thing and they're not supporting it. So they figure it is the better headset it's the best VR headset out there, like looks wise, like the processing power and such, and the screen and so on and so forth. So they want more people to buy them because no one's buying them right now. So they figure if we let PC players use them, they'll buy them. That's what I think is happening here.
I'm happy that they did this in terms of for the people that have it. But it feels like this is the point that they have given up. So
Agreed.
it shows, much like how Xbox started allowing, Sony games on PC and all that. Like it's like,
Oh, Xbox is about to allow everything, dude. Who
we kind of talked about like, well, what if Xbox like allows like Sony games or whatever? It's like, well, they should, because there's no nothing there and people can experience them, whatever. That kind of shows like, oh, we're kind of giving up. So like we have to say the same thing about Sony then with the VR. If you don't think you can support this thing on your own, and you're going to say, hey, if you want to enjoy our peripheral that we made proprietary asterisk, you have to go to the gaming machine to do so. That seems like you're giving up, and I would not expect anything first party like of substance for the VR. I think they're just going to say, you know what, use our headset, use it on the stuff other people are making. I don't understand. I think if they had done this from the beginning, like you said, Pez, and added that flexibility, I don't think I would be seeing it as a negative. Because you're like, hey, if you want to use our games, you can use our game store. If you want to use it on PC, guess what? You can do that too. It's a feature. Now it seems like a result of their failure to support it adequately.
To me, as someone on the outside looking in, if I paid $550 for my PSVR 2, and then knowing I now need to pay another $60 for an adapter, I'd be miffed. Because an Oculus, in a MetaQuest 3, I mean, the MetaQuest 2 is like $200. The MetaQuest 3, I think, is like up there at $500. So you're basically just paying extra to have a Sony product at that point.
But Pez, I can play Batman now.
I know, but
I can play Batman.
I know, but you could have done it before if you didn't buy a PS.
But I didn't. I couldn't.
I know. I know you didn't. I know, and I'm glad that people are going to be able to play good titles.
And again, it's not a bad thing.
Hold on, Pez. Your point is extremely valid. And if they didn't do this, they had an issue because the PSVR 2 right now is a paperweight.
Yeah. And more expensive than the original. Like, just Sony has these.
I debated putting it up for sale on Facebook Marketplace.
Sony has these like grandiose ideas for VR and then just never do anything with it. And it's frustrating as someone who enjoys Sony's products and also enjoys VR, because there is the ability to take their first party titles and make some very good first party experiences. We're not looking for like 30-hour games, but if you can give someone a good 10-hour God of War experience where you're calling that Leviathan X and you're throwing it across and you're like, as Kratos, telling boy to go do something, or you're taking over boy and then you're like shooting bow and arrows and stuff, like that'd be awesome, but they don't do that.
Every single time they do something extra, it's like they do something like this. Vita proprietary memory cards failed because they don't want to be flexible. PSVR 1.
You hear the rumor that there's going to be another Vita?
Yeah, it's going to have proprietary Wi-Fi, I bet. You have to buy their internet service.
It'll be like you'll need their like silly.
No truer words have ever been spoken.
It's true. Like you'll need their like silly like what's their new like headphone technology that you can only use their headphones on the portal or something crazy like that.
You can only use the left stick. You have to buy access to the right stick.
Yeah, just like the touchpad, the back touchpad on the original Vita will only work Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like a college schedule.
But, let's be honest here. The back touchpad on the original Vita was a waste of time and space.
It was great. It was great for tearaway. That was it.
Stop it.
I love the Vita. I'm clowning on it.
I love the Vita too, but if it had triggers on the back, the thing would still be alive.
Fair. But then if you get to the VR 1, by the way, you had to buy your own controllers. Can you get them new? It's tough. Or you can go to GameStop and buy them used. And by the way, you do need these controllers in order to operate the system.
The wands?
So again,
the bubble wands?
Shout out to my I was gifted the VR by one of my very good friends, but I had to go out and buy the handhelds.
You just lied to us.
Like, I'm not gonna let you get away with that.
Yeah.
Love this again. I loved it, but like the fact that you had to do it, I can see where people are like, okay, well, I had to buy this big thing, and then I had to buy this other thing, and now with this, okay, well, we're not going to support it with games, so now you have to buy an adapter. It's like, why don't you just commit? Just do something and go all the way. I respect the pivot change halfway through, but I feel like there's been enough opportunities for lessons learned to be able to not make the same mistake again, and it's kind of discouraging. Because if they come out with another thing, why would I do that thing? And again, also like, others, there's like the PS TV. Like I think you needed a memory card to run like the Vita games from it.
Correct.
The handheld one, it only connects to Wi-Fi, or it only connects like to remote play. Like if you're in the same, like if you are connected to Wi-Fi or something. Like it's like always like these like, oh, this is the thing.
Hold on, the remote play works. Hold on. The remote play works fantastic. As someone that got to play Assassin's Creed Mirage before everybody else, because I got a review code thanks to my friends over at Ubisoft, I was able to download that game while I was across the country and play it the whole time. I didn't miss a beat.
But when it came out, I feel like the messaging was confusing. People like, oh, remote play,
100%.
that's going to be it's. I feel like it's always this thing is going to do a great thing.
It's like at
Perfect.
the beginning of every
Except-
season for Leaf fans. They're like, we're going to have a good
Yeah,
year. It never happened.
except, and I just wish the messaging wasn't except. Like, and I feel like it happens a lot with what Sony does. And again, I love Sony. Like, I pretty much exclusively play on their stuff. And I say this out of like a place of concern and them wanting to come out with a launch where they just commit from the get-go. And again, as someone who bought a lot of Vita games, huge attachment rate, like I just want them to see this. And this is exactly why I did get VR, because I've seen it. And if you can't get your loyal fans to do it, or at least think twice, that's going to be challenging when you want to introduce the next big thing that does work, or that does meet expectations from day one, because people might see that and not want to be burned again.
You know, in the words of George W. Bush, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Well, you won't fool me again, will ya?
That was that was
that's a
kind of
quote.
lame, dude.
Canadian viewers in shambles not understand. They didn't see that live. They missed that episode of Today on America.
Sorry.
Dude, I was just looking up Xbox Series X's. People are selling them for $200 on Facebook Marketplace.
Someone was selling a PSVR 1 for $200, and I want to
An Xbox Series X though, $200. That's where it's
X,
at.
That's
An X.
crazy.
Now, if I
That's
go for a
crazy.
PS5, but according to everybody I see, they're like, oh, the PS5 is the Xbox is outselling everything and all that. $400 easy
For a PS5?
Yeah.
That's great. Man, I should have jumped on that PS5 that lady was giving away. I still think about that every now and then.
But she's giving away?
No, she was selling one, like her boyfriend. She was selling like her boyfriend's PS5 for like $250, and I didn't jump on it.
Do you know what you would have ended up with?
A
box
beating.
with a brick in it.
Yeah, I would have got hit. I would have got the butt end of a shotgun across the chops.
That was a scam. There's always these people that are like, "Oh, I'm moving," and they're like selling like all these appliances and then a PS5 for like 100, and they're trying to like steal your number to use it for a Google Voice. Like, if the deal is too good to be true, it usually is. And this is from someone who will meet people at a weird parking lot at like 7 p.m. for a deal. Okay,
Go to the police
Don't
station.
do it.
That's where you're supposed to meet people.
No, I'm the one they should fear.
That's where I met all the ladies
Fear
I dated
itself.
at the police station. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Like I barely use my Xbox. But if it wasn't for the Pirates episodic franchise, my Xbox would collect major dust.
Yeah.
Major dust.
I haven't been playing it that much anyway. I need to go back to Persona, but I'm just kind of debating getting it for PlayStation, kind of starting all over.
I might just sell. I have the two Xboxes, right? I'll sell one, and I'll buy a box of Upper Deck Series 2 and pull a Bedard and just rub it in Waba's face.
I'm so unhappy that I haven't gotten one yet.
How many packs have you gone through?
Can I guess? I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna
Yes.
throw out a number. Okay, for all my betters out there, the line is gonna be 10.5. No, that seems slow. I'm 15.5. And I'm gonna say over.
Oh, he's got
way over, dude.
So if you use all your funny money to try and get one, you still haven't pulled it?
I
Yeah, you
think
can
I
buy one for $150.
Yeah, 8 of these, 4 packs each, plus 1 extra pack. So 33,
So
I think.
the money
so far.
you spent
and I got
on it,
I got 5 more
the
coming.
money you spent on it, could you buy it right now?
Yes.
Okay.
It's all about the
But-
thrill of the pull.
It's about the thrill, and hey, I got your boy Matty Padra. That kid's
Yeah.
gonna be a stud.
Matty Patra.
I got
He's
that
off getting
too.
great.
I
He's
got
off
his-
getting graded right now,
I got
along
the young,
with my Venusaur.
I got the UG canvas. I'm debating about grading costs like $20 though a card. Like that makes
Yeah, I
no
know
sense.
it's fantastic. You're basically losing money not getting it graded.
That makes. I'm gonna wait for the card show and then you bring them there and you get them graded for free.
Yeah, but you don't want to get it graded from some like.
No, you get it
Certain
graded
thing.
by
From
like
Al. Al's
Canada-
card shop.
I
He's
saw
like,
when
I like
someone
this
was
card.
selling.
This is a good card.
had a-
This is a good
It
card.
had a picture of a gorilla on it, and someone's like, "What Mickey Mouse grading?" Like everyone really be grading cards these days. It was like the Harambe grading like company, and it's like it
Oh,
got like a 10, and
blessed.
someone's like, the value went down because of that.
Yeah, but
Can you get it done by like PSA, Beckett, or CGC? Do they go to these shows? Probably go to the Toronto one.
Toronto? They definitely.
Yeah.
I would say a company that big definitely goes to. What, you don't think you'll go ape over our card grading prices?
These grades are bananas.
Oh my god, we are such a dad podcast. Jesus.
Dude, yeah,
no.
like Bedards are going for. They're not going for that much anymore.
No, it's 140. It's because he got injured.
140 Canadian.
No,
It's
US.
free.
You can get his.
It's basically
Here,
free.
I'll give you an
Real
example. His star rookie right now is going for $20, and if you have the star rookie of Crosby, it's $100.
Well, just wait till the end of the, Well, also too the challenge with cards, and if you guys don't care about cards, tough. Not I mean you people listening, is in the beginning, it wasn't like people weren't buying it for value, and plus nobody knew if these players would be good. But now Upper Deck has such a chokehold on people, especially when it comes to hockey. Like they can just overproduce the good players to get people to keep buying boxes. Like I've never seen before where so they put more cards, like chase cards, in each pack. So like 3 inserts instead of 1 per pack, maybe. So now they're printing less base cards, so they're making they're saving money there, and they're giving you 4 packs per box, which is good for the person, but like they're saving money by having less packs, and then they can just put whatever they want in them. So if they want to overprint Bedard, because everybody, especially like people looking to resell,
So many people
are
have
in.
it.
Exactly. And then when
But
you
the
get down
boxes
to it,
went from like $400 to like $250 now.
oh, they did go down, yeah. But like something that should cost 25 any other year, it's like 60. It was 40 when I got them, and I thought I got a deal. I basically had somebody source for me.
You can buy. There's so many. So the hockey cards are bigger here in Canada, and you can get. They're easier to get. Let's be honest here. A lot of them are made here. But the PSA grading, it all happens here in Canada. That's why I was like, when you were giving me that thing, I'm like, if I go to the card thing, it's the people that do it. If they're there at the card shows here in Canada. Bob, if you came to a card show here, you'd lose your mind. But like these Bedards, I'm looking up right now, and I'm just like, they ain't that expensive.
No. But once his career gets, obviously he's gonna be great. But like more time has to happen. He has to accomplish more. Like just wait till you see like what happens with McDavid rookies. Those were already high, but now that he's in the cup, they're going to increase. And if he wins, the prices are going to skyrocket. And everybody wants to get in at the moment of the hype. Like I remember last year when the Bruins were doing great, I looked up what's his nuts, Allmark, Young Guns from Buffalo, and the prices were wild because Vezina winning goalie, potential cup winning goalie, didn't make it, but like they go based on the performance, and people just they find the best time to offload. The best time to offload was right away when you could sell like a base card or a half checklist with him on.
Yeah, I watched this guy who does
It was
packs,
wild.
and he was ripping the Bedards, and he's like, I'm selling them all right away.
You should.
He's selling them for 2 Gs, easy.
Yeah.
And now you get it for $100.
Yeah.
Dang.
And people are selling the jumbos, which are literally worth nothing. It's just like a certain, Walmart insert. You always get one. It's guaranteed, or whatever. But it's interesting to see, and it's all based on like obviously performance. I just like it because I like kind of being part of the zeitgeist. I have never spent as much as I have this year. I will probably never do that again unless the Bruins tank and get the number 1 pick at some point, and he's the truth. But knowing how they draft, I don't ever have to worry about that.
True.
Dude, Pez and I talked about that before here. I got the latest hockey news, and it's the draft preview. It's actually one of this and the future one are some of my favorite. He's Canadian. Get over yourself.
No.
That got us back into the conversation. The best hockey players are Canadians. There are some great U.S. players, but the greatest hockey players are Canadians. And then I got depressed when I started looking at the Bruins have, I think Pez, they don't have a pick until the 4th round.
Correct. I believe it's 4. It's either 4, 5, and 7, like 4, 6, and 7, or 4, 5, and 6. It's one of those.
It's bad.
Jesus.
Well,
they have and even when they do, and I'm going to say this, even when they do, all they do is draft college players.
Dude, Don Sweeney loves American college players. He
Oh my
just is
God,
like
so painful.
hot for him. Hot
Yet-
for him.
His number one prospect and young kid on the team named Matty Patra. Where is he from and what league is he from?
I believe he was from the OHL.
And he's
Is that
Canadian.
correct? And he is a Canadian.
And then other than that, you have McAvoy. So there's your one. And then before that, you had Pasternak. And then you had Marchand.
Trent Frederick.
Yeah, but dude.
He's a first round pick.
Great.
He's a first round. It
No,
counts.
I'm talking about good players.
Oh, okay. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Trent.
No. He's a third. He's
I'll
like
go by
a
his-
fourth line center.
Yeah, come on.
Great. You need those.
Wob is just hyping up the graded young gun. That's it. That's it. Hype machine for the
Hey,
graded young gun.
I got my Swayman in the mail.
Trent
Him
Frederick's
and
gonna-
Venus, so
You're gonna like be holding the card up outside of the bus. And he's gonna be like, "You're the one that they talked about. You're the one sale." And he's gonna
if
come
Trent's
out and
got
see you.
one. Trent's got one fan. It's me.
It's you.
Was yours a graded 10?
Yeah, it's a 10. If it was, and then he's gonna sue you for royalties for the Trent Frederick Fight Club T-shirts that you.
But I just
You
I,
can
You can
sell
have
it.
you can have the $7.
I look at like Bergeron, Marchand. They all came from the Canadian Hockey League, but he for some reasons like I'm going to swing to the fences every single time for these college players. McAvoy made sense, but Anders Bjork made 0 sense. JF, they all made.
Oh my
just
God,
made sense.
JFK! I got him. I got his young gun.
I mean, you just like look through his draft history, especially in the first round. It's just not good.
That
So
It's just
bad.
not good. It's just not good. And everyone,
Vancouver legend.
everyone points back to the 2015 draft. We don't have to rehash all that. People go back to the 2015 draft and they're like, well, you took Senyshyn, you took DeBrusk, and you took Zaboral. And it's like, yeah, you missed out on Barzal and Connor and Shabbat.
Yeah, that's
But it's like, then people talk about, oh, well, we drafted Fabian Lysell. And I'm like, you wouldn't have been there if you drafted those 3 players because those 3 players are like very, very good. So it's like,
well, and they also got Pasternak in the same draft that like I think it's hilarious. Out of the top 4 from the 2000 whatever, Sam Bennett, Aaron Ekblad draft. Ekblad goes first. Leon Draisaitl goes second.
Mhm.
But Sam Bennett and Sam Reinhart are the next picks. 3 of those guys are on the same team now.
yep.
They're all playing for the cup.
Yep.
But it's more crazy that the Boston Bruins never traded for Sam Bennett, and I know Pez wanted that guy
I
so
did want
badly.
Sam Bennett real bad.
He's a Boston Bruin, so he is my number one. So everybody keeps talking about all these different forwards that are going to be unrestricted free agents this summer. Sam Bennett is a UFA. That's the guy the Bruins need to go after.
Is it? I thought it was Sam Reinhart was a you.
Sam Bennett is
Nah,
a
they should
UFA,
trade-
Pezzy.
They should trade Omar for Ned just straight up.
I mean, they should,
So
but
I-
it's not going to happen.
Yeah, Natchez is probably going to Vancouver.
Great. Love
Dude,
that. for
Sam
them.
Bennett is a UFA next year.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, you're right.
He's my number one stunner over Elias Lindholm. Sam Bennett. That's
I
who
don't
I'd
want-
want.
I don't
He's
want
a
Lindholm.
Boston Bruin.
Keep the Calgary players.
What do you mean?
Calgary.
What are you talking about? How
We
dare
talking
you?
about practice?
How dare you? The
What?
Jerome Aginla came from the
Pez,
Calgary
they
Flames.
got Bennett and Montador in that trade.
It's insane. Like stupid.
God, and Brad Treliving got hired again. Like the guy's terrible.
I don't-
traded,
I
he
don't
traded Kachuk, look at it. He traded Bennett and Kachuk to Florida.
Here's the thing with the NHL. Mike Milbury got multiple jobs. That's all you need
he's
to know.
an idiot. The guy
That's
threw
all
a
you need
shoe.
to know.
So did
He
Peter
literally
Chiarelli.
threw a shoe.
Peter Chiarelli also
Shirelli
got
is not as bad as you think. Shirelli got sewered. Anyways,
Chiarelli got a he you know what? Chiarelli kicked me out of a press conference. He could win 40 cups with the Boston Bruins.
he
Never
he
again.
didn't. If you watch that video, it wasn't his choice to trade Tyler Seguin.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
He was
That
told
was-
to.
That was
Well-
big old Cam boy.
He didn't win.
Neely.
He didn't win this year either. So
Cam goes,
well,
if he gave half the effort that Patty Kane gave, then we would have had a cup. And I was like, my guy, he was playing with Chris Kelly's corpse, and he was playing with Richard Peverly on the third line. settle it down a bit here, pal.
Where's
Freaking,
Kelly's
he's
car?
like, you know what? We hate Tyler Sagan so much, we're gonna create a television show about it, and we're gonna tell you why we hate him so much.
That's where, yeah, the best form of propaganda. I love it though.
So-
I love the Beyond the Bee though.
Oh.
We'll do the last episode. I still haven't watched it yet. Now, I want to ask you guys a question. It's video game Christmas, literally this week.
Mhm.
Besides the stuff we know is going to happen at the Xbox One, because they've said what's going to happen. What do you think? What's your oh my god hype moment if you get to see it this week?
Hmm.
I have. Well,
And Pat and Waba, if you say Persona, just hang
no,
up now.
I was looking up the other game because we already know about it. It's already coming out October. But
Oh, is
the
that
game
that-
I'm most excited for is Metaphor
There it is.
Refantasio.
What?
Yes,
Metaphor Refantasio. It rolls
I
off the
said
tongue.
what I said.
It rolls off the tongue. Everyone is asking, where is Metaphor Refantasio? When people are playing video games and they're not showing Metaphor Refantasio,
I
everyone's
don't even know
saying,
what that is.
please show Metaphor Refantasio.
I don't even know what that
You
is.
sound like some dude you meet in Saudi.
Waba,
Yeah,
why-
where's
why
my
do you
buddy
like
Metaphor
Kickstarters?
Refantasio?
I asked for a hype moment, and you were like, "Here's the game that no one even listening knows what it is."
So good. Yo, tell me your favorite Metaphor Refantasio clips
Pez,
in the
can you
comments
mute
below.
him?
No, I can't. This is gold. We gotta let this go. This is
So
gold.
Pez, what is
Yeah.
the game that if they announce it, you're like through the roof?
Hats to the ceiling. I don't think I have one because I know Monster Hunter Wild is going to be there. Like that's the next big game I'm looking for. I would like to see something about Indiana Jones because I just want to know.
No, we are. We're gonna see Indiana Jones.
Like, okay, so like other than that, I don't. Maybe if they show like a Gears of War teaser, like that would do it.
But it
Like,
doesn't have to be Xbox. It could be anything. Remember?
no, I
Summer
know,
Games
but
Fest
I
can
love
show anything.
I love Gears of War. That's the thing. Like I wanted a Gears of War 6 for the longest time. So probably like a Gears of War teaser, and hopefully it goes back to the old days, but I don't think it's gonna. I think it'll continue with the current storyline. Other than that, like I know Monster Hunter is gonna be there, and that is my next big game, so that's what I'm focused on.
For me, I think it's BioShock.
Mm,
Interesting.
I think that or Dragon's Quest.
do you mean Bioshock or Judas? Or you think Bioshock is going to get a proper?
I think BioShock is gonna get shown.
I do.
We know Judas is gonna get shown.
Yeah,
I
do
said
wonder.
something we don't.
I do
2K
wonder.
made that thing like you're gonna get to see something. I think it's BioShock.
I wonder if it's Borderlands 4.
Oh, I hope
When's
not.
that? Did the movie? The movie's not out yet, right?
No,
Comes out this summer.
yeah.
I,
I don't
think
know.
Pez is right, and that just ruined everything.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I know. I mean, I know Borderlands 4 is in
Like,
development, and they've been talking about it.
My PlayStation thing that'll be there because PlayStation's gonna have something there. I think it'll be that Lego Horizon game because that's not gonna that doesn't need to be at a PlayStation conference. It can easily be at a Summer Games Fest because it's a
Yeah.
Lego game, right?
Yep.
It's a new Lego game. They showed at Summer Games Fest. I think that's what the PlayStation game will be.
I think we'll get 45 minutes of Kojima,
Ugh.
and
So that means Death Stranding 2 is going to be there.
yeah,
with
Death
more-
Stranding 2's there, and Daryl Dixon's gonna come out. He's gonna be like, "You blue Death Stranding 2," and then Jeff Keighley's just gonna hat to the ceiling because his buddy Kojima's gonna be there. Other than that, I mean, I don't know. I know Nintendo's not gonna be there because he said like he wishes Nintendo would join, but Nintendo doesn't need to join. They just are gonna keep doing their own thing, which apparently is nothing, which is fine, I guess. But yeah, for me, it's Gears of War, I think. And then I'm sure some indie will come up, and I'll be super excited about it that I've never heard about. Waba. Other than Mephisto,
Yeah,
Rizzles-
don't talk about
Yeah,
Mephisto.
Metaphor
Talk about something-
Refantasio.
No,
Put some respect on
stop
its
it.
name.
No, I don't have to.
For me, not so much a game, but I hope I know it's still early on, but I hope we get more details for the Fallout show. I love that, and I thought it did really well. I mean, obviously it did really well. It got greenlit in like the first week.
Reminds me, we'll get a trailer for Last of Us season 2
Oh, that's right. That's a good, yeah,
for
So
sure.
I
100%.
true.
That's a guarantee.
more. So yeah, I mean, but to Bioshock, maybe there's the Bioshock movie series.
Ooh, and there's an Assassin's Creed show too, right?
I think we're
And-
going to be looking at some media.
And
Those games.
yesterday they announced a Yakuza Like a
Yakuza!
Dragon series coming to Prime
Yep.
in October. So
No one
like,
cares.
show me some. Shut your mouth, Court. That game,
It's
those
gonna be
games are
sick.
amazing.
No one cares.
Ichiban is Bay.
Ichibana
yeah,
can suck my wana.
he's
Wow.
awesome.
Wow.
Wow.
Wowie.
Wow. No, I think we're gonna get some TV shows details, and honestly, I think it's good because I think Fallout is amazing, and it shows that you can do it, and hopefully the other games or the other shows follow suit because now it's proven this is what people want. There's a formula. Just play the game and make the show true to the game. That's literally all you have to
That's
do,
it.
and people are gonna eat it up.
To quote the late
So, yeah.
great Ice Cube, you can do it. Put your
Ice
back
Cube's
into
not
it.
dead.
I know. You can do it. Put your back into it.
What does he mean by that?
It means if you think you can do it, you need to work hard and put some muscle into it.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Let's ask the comment.
Let's go to the videotape.
Any other final thoughts from you folks for the folks?
No, I mean, I don't know when it comes to Summer Games Fest. Like, I don't know what to expect because he already came out and was like, oh, it seems like it's going to be a quiet year in terms of big releases. So my hat is not at the ceiling. It is actually on the floor. Very low expectations.
Lowered expectation.
Cord, any final thoughts from you?
No, man. I got nothing. I'm not even going to be watching Video Game Christmas this weekend. I've got I'm at a sales conference tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm at the grand
Commerce.
opening for Shake Shack on Friday for Toronto, and then that's a work thing.
What are you
And
going to
then
get?
I think I love their crispy chicken sandwich is phenomenal.
They got a good hot dog.
Yeah, so I was debating
Ooh.
that because I heard the hot dog's pretty good too.
Get
Their
a
French fries are
chicken.
phenomenal.
Get a chicken fried glizzy.
I was debating
What?
but I think I know for a fact I'm going to get the French fries with the chocolate shake because then you dip the French fries in the chocolate shake.
Oh
because they're
gosh,
crumbled.
prison.
Natch.
Prison.
Dude,
What?
Waba, you have no taste in food whatsoever. Please stop talking.
I saw this thing called the
Then-
dog hot, where you
No,
put the
please stop.
bun in between the hot dog.
No. And then I'm
Wood.
going away for the weekend. I'm going to
Oh.
Collingwood. It's my buddy's 40th birthday, and we're going to an indoor golf simulator place.
Oh, like a Top Golf?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's
gonna
very
be good.
dope. That's pretty
That's gonna
dope.
be sick.
I will not be watching this weekend. Is it this weekend? When is it? I don't know. I don't even know. I don't watch these things live.
Oh, I'm gonna watch.
I don't watch them live. I got other
Why?
things to do. Well,
I don't.
depending on when it is. So like next Thursday is Kenzie's team made the soccer playoffs. They won their division, so they're in the playoffs. So we have playoff games, and then she's going to New York and all this fun
Ooh.
stuff. Yeah, her, the wife.
Way
I'm gonna have
VR.
the house to myself for like 3 days.
Wow, your forearm's
It's-
going to get huge.
They're already. Look at these guns. Sun's out, guns out, baby. Let's go. I can't bring these things in public spaces.
My final thought is if you get food poisoning from eating a burger at a place that you nickname the Pit, you should wait at least 2 weeks before going back.
You did not go back.
Not yet, but I
Oh
plan
my
to.
god, you absolute. You just don't
You're
learn.
a degen.
You
you're a
don't
degenerate.
learn. You don't learn.
Yeah, but
You ate that burger one way and then you sent it out multiple ways and you're still gonna go back.
So when you go back, what I want you to do when you take that first bite of the burger, think about the last time you pooped it out your butthole, and then realize how disgusting you are right now eating that burger.
no, I got Pedialyte and a Dream. I
What's your
have to.
dream? Amoeba dysentery?
Yeah, the dream is a hospital stay for 3 days.
No, I'm good. I just
He's gonna be the little girl from Mrs. Doubtfire. Like, I have amoeba dysentery.
Yeah, it's
I'm
like, hey
just-
buddy, what'd you do this weekend? Oh, I was hooked up to 14 saline bags because I went back to the
Couldn't
pit
stop
for a
pooping.
burger 2 weeks after I got food poisoning.
my honor demands it. I
Good
can't
Lord,
let it
your
defeat me.
honor? What?
Dude,
This
Can I say
isn't
it? I'm gonna
feudal
say it.
Japan. You don't have to
I'm-
take the burger out and like kill it because it brought shame upon your house.
I'm honor bound to go back. So
I want to
yeah,
be here for this. I'm gonna order a tap water because I don't even trust their lines because this place is called the Pit.
it's not called it. It's nicknamed the Pit.
I fell in the pit.
So anyway, updates on that to come. So look forward to that. If you had fun,
If Wob is
talking
not
about-
here Wednesday, you all know why. FYI. He didn't go to Maine. He went to Maine in his head as he was singing a song while dying on the toilet.
So yeah, I don't know. It was a fun time. We all had some experiences. But if you want to have fun experiences, go to youtube.com/3dads-and-a-console.
What a
We
transition.
talk about video games there and some of our takes and some of our previews and reviews. You can also find that at 3dadsconsole.com.
True.
Or you can go to Axe Jeeves and type in 3dads-and-a-console and see what you find. I don't actually know what you're going to find. Tweet at us and let us know. We also have an awesome giveaway going on for Prince of Persia. It ends on the 7th.
On the
so you
7th.
still do have a few days.
Few days.
And it's a roguelike
X.com/3dadspod.
and it's a roguelike that Pez really enjoyed, so make sure to check it out if you want a chance to win.
True.
Other than that, thank you folks very much for joining us. Thank you for letting us be a part of your week. Don't eat bad burgers, and we'll talk to you in the next episode. Miss you. Bye. Stay back.
Bye.